What's up, guys? Welcome back to Newswave. Hopefully you had a good weekend, had a lot of fun here, did the Spawncast, of course, checked out your guys' comments in the Saturday show, and then had some fun playing Zone of the Enders in VR. If you missed all of that, you can check that in the card above. Now, if you're in the US, happy Memorial Day. Hopefully you had the day off today to do some barbecuing, hang out with friends and family. If you're at work now because they made you work on Memorial Day, hopefully you're watching this video on company time and getting paid for it. Hopefully. And then also, guys, a quick update for tomorrow. You will see Evan's review for the Street Fighter collection that's going to the Nintendo Switch. He's actually doing a full review on it and actually working on it right now, actually probably as you're watching this, so expect that. It's going up at a weird time. It's like the middle of the night, like 3 a.m., but if you just want to check out an opinion on it or see how everything looks and plays, you can check that out here tomorrow. You'll be able to see all of that on the Street Fighter collection on the Nintendo Switch, releasing tomorrow, the 29th. So, guys, we have a lot of stuff to get into today. We're going to start with some quick news, though, with the 360 strangely getting an update. I don't know why. According to what they put out for notes, it looks like it's just stability and bugs and stuff like that. But they discontinued it a little while ago, a couple years ago, and they're still providing updates. And this is actually the first update that it's received in about 2 years now, since 2016. So maybe they found something that was a critical error and they had to patch it out. And they were like, well, let's just push the patch. People are gonna be confused, but put it out there and see what we get. Also, we got some confirmation that dockless Switch SKU. Do you remember that? We talked about that a couple news waves ago, where they're going to be introducing a dockless Nintendo Switch in Japan in order to save people money. It was going to be less than 25,000 yen. If you convert it to USD, it was like $226, somewhere around there with some change. Well, it looks like they are not selling it outside of Japan, at least as of now. They actually confirmed this, Nintendo did, representatives did, to US Gamer. They got the quote from them and everything. It looks like they are strictly staying in Japan with this for now. Now, things change, and they could even be just testing this right now just to see how it goes. For example, if you go on the site there in Japan, you can actually do things like change your Joy-Con colors and stuff like that. It's actually pretty cool. You can customize it, and that's something I would like to be able to do, obviously, here. But what's neat about this is if it works out well there, I could see this eventually go elsewhere. It seems like they just want to make this in a controlled, environment, and they chose Japan because, that's where they're based from, so it makes sense. We'll see how that goes with that pricing and see if it's something they can bring outside of Japan. And to finish up the quick news, of course, we can't go like a day without some sort of Pokemon freakout or speculation, and that's in full force right now because we are seriously down to like crunch time for the insiders that were saying it was going to debut, or at least some kind of presentation would at least be announced before the end of May. Seriously, people are all over anything the Pokemon company, any of their Twitter handles are saying. Let me give you a great example. Here's a post that was made by the Pokemon Eevee account. They like to do all kinds of fun little posts and everything. And you're going to see, it looks like they're kind of finishing up for the day and everything. It's dark outside in the picture they're showing with Eevee and a player there. And the text actually translates, part of it does, to "let's sleep early so we are ready for tomorrow." And of course, people are linking this to, well, there's an announcement tomorrow. Now, listen, I could see this as completely reading into things a little too much, as they've made these type of posts before. In fact, it sounds like that generic, I think you've been playing a little too long. Why don't you go outside and take a break? Do you remember we'd see those in like Nintendo's Wii games and stuff where they have the Wii remote on the table and the window was open with the curtains flying from wind? This sounds like this could be something like that. They're just putting out like a good night tweet essentially. And people are saying, oh, they're getting ready for tomorrow. Listen, I don't think that this tweet would correlate to an announcement, but maybe I'm jinxing it, and we are getting that Pokemon announcement today to make me look dumb. And I guess in that case, everyone wins. Even if I look dumb, we get an announcement, and otherwise we don't, and then I'm telling you, reading into things too much. So without thinking about that any further, let's get started with the big stuff today. So in a shocking twist of events, EA has decided to extend and make a sequel to a game that no one expected, and that's Madden 19. I know, we knew it was coming. Everyone knows Madden's coming, a new basketball game is showing up, a new MLB game. The sports games always get that next year, even though it probably doesn't need it. You could probably update it with like a system patch or something, and boom, all the new players and everything are there from the draft, or you change stats. But Madden 19 has been announced. We do have a date for it. We have systems for it. And they told us about a special edition. It's going to be $80 that does feature Terrell Owens, or T.O., on the front in his Cowboys uniform. The big thing here is, yes, Madden 19 is showing up to the PS4 and the Xbox One. It is releasing August 10th. They gave us a few details, seriously small things like, oh, they've increased the player animation to be, you know, more fluid, more realistic. They went over their Hall of Fame edition that's going to cost $80, which includes 3-day early access. They like to do that a lot, by the way, with their games. August 7th, you can get it. And you also have a 12 gold team fantasy packs, Elite Legends player like Owens or Dan Marino for the Ultimate Team that they like to sell people card packs or loot boxes with. And it's Madden. I mean, it's you know, business as usual here. They did not say anything about the single player, which was the big addition they made last year, or bigger in the Madden universe and other things. It's just single player, but they did add that. They didn't say anything here about it. Now, as far as I can tell, this is just the Hall of Fame edition. I don't think T.O. is like their big cover athlete. They'll probably have someone more current on the standard edition. He's just part of their, you know, their special edition one. So I would look to, I guess, EA Access or EA Play that's coming up, I should say. That's coming up Saturday before E3 starts. So we should get a full rundown of that, and we should see some kind of single player, unless they decide, take it out of there. But, I mean, that's kind of Activision's move, not really EA's move, I guess. So we'll see if they introduce a whole new single player and everything. But hey, Madden 19, you know, surprise. Next up, let's talk about Mega Man 11, because it's a game that a lot of people were getting a little concerned about, to be honest. We saw, they showed it in the anniversary stream and everything they did. They showed us the X collection that was coming out. They showed us the Legacy collection going to the Switch, and they showed us Mega Man 11 that seems to be going to everything, right? And it looked pretty good, I thought. There were some people who were a little put off by the visuals and everything, but everyone can agree, awesome. A new Mega Man game. Great. Capcom didn't forget about this series. Now can we branch off, please, and give us a Mega Man Legends 3? Can we get a Mega Man X9? You know, can you go maybe do something with the Battle Network? There's a lot of ways they can go here, right? They can do a lot of things. But first things first, let's get a new Mega Man game out. And it looks like Sony or PlayStation Singapore may have accidentally leaked the release date, which is surely coming at E3, and it should be this year, as they keep saying 2018 over and over again. Well, Wario64 happened to screen capture it, and it looks like they leaked a date of October 3rd. They also leaked a bunch of details down from there, a nice little description, some stuff we kind of already had, but there was some other stuff in there. But the big thing was the release date, October 3rd. Now, just for fun, I went back and took a look at some of the previous release dates, going back to like the original one, which, by the way, quick aside here, did you know Mega Man 2 released on Christmas Eve? That's weird, right? Like, they released Mega Man 2 on Christmas Eve. It went on to sell well, but what? You released it on Christmas Eve? That must have packed, like, their local, I don't know, Caldor, or trying to think of old stores that people would go to. You can even buy them at supermarkets, like Super Fresh. But how weird is that, right? Christmas Eve. Anyway, October 3rd makes sense, although keep in mind it is a physical copy coming out, as well as was confirmed by Game Informer back during that reveal day. And that's a Wednesday. So Wednesdays are weird days for releases. Usually it's a Tuesday or a Friday. They could do it on Wednesday if they really wanted to. At first I was thinking, oh, if it's going to be digital only or digital first, they release it any day of the week they want. But a Wednesday for a physical copy is a little weird. They can do it if they want. October 3rd is good, though. That really falls between all of those September releases and all of the October releases, namely, of course, Battlefield, Call of Duty, Red Dead. Get out right between everything. It's not going to be a AAA game. I assume it's going to be like $30, although they haven't told us a release date or a pricing yet. E3, of course. But let me know what you guys think about this release date. And if you think that's good to kind of fall in between everything, or do you want them to get it out sooner, like August? Do you want it out sooner, or do you want them to fall way into December to kind of, again, get out of the way of all these big guys showing up? Because Mega Man 11, I want it to do well, because that's going to give Capcom some more confidence in the series to kind of push forward. But I think if the game is good, it'll sell regardless of when it comes out, because there are a lot of Mega Man, people like me who really want to play it and will buy it regardless. If it came out on the same day as like Red Dead, or it came out the same day as like a Pokemon or whatever, Mega Man's getting bought at the same time. I'm picking both up. Next up, let's talk about a cult classic, a game that people have been like going crazy for to get a re-release of since it's been 13 years, I think, since it's been out, and that's Killer 7. And, well, They did. They announced a re-release. It is happening, although people are a little confused at the platform. This is, of course, from Suda51. They did a live stream and everything. Nice America appears to have backing in this because it was part of their Twitter handle that they put out and everything, and their logo's on it, so they appear to be helping to bring it to market with Suda51, and that's Killer7. It's being announced for PC. It's coming to Steam, it looks like, and that's happening 2018. They're just saying later 2018 is going to be happening. It's weird, though. That's the one you go with. Just PC. Again, it's been 13 years since this game's been out, right? It's been a long time. I actually remember playing it on the GameCube specifically, although a lot of people played it on the PS2 as well. But 13 years, and you put it on just the PC when there's the PS4, the Xbox One, the Switch. These are all systems that can play it, and you could put it on there. It's odd, though. I'm sure there was some type of really bottleneck when it comes to funding, so maybe they just wanted to put it on PC. But also the issue I have is Nice America has not been the best when it comes to PC releases. Remember Disgaea 5 Complete? We're supposed to be playing that on PC now, right? It's still not out. They pulled the demo and they pushed this whole thing to who knows when at this point. So I was a little concerned when I saw Nice America and then Steam with PC release. But I'm hoping that with Suda51 there and everything, they can get this done and out and not pushed back or anything crazy happening. Because it seems like Nice America has struggled for some reason with PC specifically. Everything else seems okay, but PC seems to be what they have a hard time with. So we're going to keep an eye on this. 2018, though, is when they're shooting for. Hopefully it doesn't fall to 2019. Hopefully they announce it for other things. Like, get it on the PS4, get it on the Switch, get it on the Xbox One. Because that game, while it may not have aged very well, I think it was at least a unique enough game for other people to try out. And our last bit of news, let's talk about Sword Art Online. Because this is a series that seems to be at a bit of a crossroads right now. I'm going to explain why. And they seem to be trying to search for that next system that they can sell their game on. Mostly because they've lost the Vita at this point. The Vita does not appear to be a system they want to keep supporting, as the last one was not on there. But there's one problem. They've lost a massive chunk of their audience because of this departure, and now it appears they are considering the Nintendo Switch as that Vita's successor, I guess you'll say, for the series. And that makes sense because, I mean, if you look at the Switch as a portable system, it's technically the successor for the Vita, since it plays home console games on the go, which seemed to be the big, I guess, push for the Vita, was to do just that with games like Uncharted, for example, and then they had like Killzone and stuff like that on there. Seemed to be the next big push for home console games on the go, and the Switch seems to have done that at least correctly for now. It looks like the Sword Art Online, like I said, has struggled, and going forward here, the producers have said that they want to push it on the Switch. And this was during the final Q&A corner of a competition hosted in Tokyo, and actually was live streamed by Bandai Namco. The Sword Art Online series producer, Yosuke Futami, and the Sword Art Online Fatal Bullet producer, Kishi Minamai, mentioned that expanding the series to the Switch is being considered. Now, they both go on to say that as a gamer, first and foremost, they want to put it on as much as they can where their audience is currently playing, and they believe that their audience is currently playing on the Nintendo Switch. Now, why do they think that? Well, they're going to tell you everything and anything about how they love games, they want to play it here, here, and here. The big thing is, when it comes down to anything else, the money, the numbers. Let me show you what I mean exactly. So back in 2016, Sword Art Online Hollow Realization launched, and here are some Media Create numbers for you. It actually topped the charts, believe it or not. It did well in Japan back then. It still kind of does well in Japan now, but you're going to notice two things about this. Number one, look at the top there. You're going to see the PS4 and the Vita both top the charts, basically 70,000 apiece within margin of error. 70,871 and 69,648. Now, let's fast forward here to the most recent one, which is the Fatal Bullet, and you're going to see it is actually at number 3, which isn't bad considering it's still sold around the same amount, 75,623, but they're missing something, and you'll notice that right away. There's no Vita version. They didn't release on the Vita. They just released on the PS4, the Xbox One, and the PC. The Xbox One is non-existent in Japan. So all they can really look at here is say, oh, I guess the Vita audience did not migrate over. So what now? What happened? Because we had sold 140,000 combined year week 1 last time, and now we're selling 75,000 week 1 here. We're missing our portable version. We're missing the portable gamers. They did not buy the PS4 version. So now they have to kind of scramble a bit here and figure this out, because that is a big blow to lose that many people week 1, and then going forward, of course. They did continue to sell with a bit of a tail. It did kind of, level off as we assumed to. So now they're probably going to move it over, to be honest, because it looks like Bandai Namco, who is all about the Switch now, is probably going to look at moving it over. When? It's hard to say. I don't know if they would port this one, or they'll just look into their next version in a year and a half or so to move over, when the Switch will surely be at, honestly, looking at these charts and looking at what Pokemon's coming out, 8, 9 million by then. So yeah, maybe even 10. They would be pushing heavily, and that's just in Japan. They'll be pushing heavily to get that done. Just because the numbers don't lie. You know, with business and stuff like that, money talks, and it looks like they're missing some, so they're trying to figure it out and need that portable system, and unless Sony shows up with something amazing, it's probably going to the Switch. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for Newswave today. If you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, guys. Really helps out. If not, hit the dislike. Leave a bunch of comments down below about everything we talked about today, whether it's that Sword Art Online, them considering the Switch. Does it make sense to you like it does to me with the numbers and how they're kind of missing that portable audience right now? And they must have noticed it because, I mean, that's like half their fan base just like gone like that. And I have to assume the Xbox audience did not help make that up. The PC maybe a little bit, but I don't think the Xbox fans or just gamers in general were running to that game. But we'll see what happens. I'm very curious. And also, what do you think about this whole Pokemon thing? I mean, it's gonna be really funny if they do announce it today, and then the comments down below are like, "Oh, they did announce it." Well, hey, there you go. I jinxed it. I'm glad to help out in that case. And also, let me know what you think about Mega Man 11. Do you think that is a good release date, or would you rather it be before then or after then? Let me know, and if you're looking forward to it. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.